Punisher, Grey Hulk, Avengers Tower, Peter's mysterious new powers, this TV spot hides more clues than anyone expected. Let's uncover them. Marvel has finally released brand new footage from Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I think almost everyone is looking in the wrong direction. Most fans are busy talking about the action, the returning characters, and the new villains. But after watching this footage frame by frame, one question kept coming back to me. What if the biggest mystery isn't who Spider-Man is fighting, but what Spider-Man is becoming? Hidden throughout these new scenes are clues that Peter Parker may no longer be the same hero we left at the end of No Way Home. If these details mean what I think they do, Marvel isn't just giving Spider-Man new abilities, they're quietly beginning his biggest transformation ever. To understand why this matters, we need to go back to where Peter's story ended. At the conclusion of No Way Home, Peter sacrificed everything. Aunt May was gone. MJ no longer remembered him. Ned had forgotten their entire friendship. Even the Avengers only knew Spider-Man existed, not the young man behind the mask. Peter didn't just lose family and friends, he lost his identity. For the first time in the MCU, he truly became the lonely, struggling Spider-Man that comic readers have known for decades. But while Peter was trying to rebuild his life, something else may have been quietly changing inside him. And that's where everything becomes fascinating. The biggest clue appears in what seems like an ordinary medical scene. Peter allows a nurse to give him an injection without hesitation, but the moment the needle touches his arm, it snaps in half. At first, it feels like classic Spider-Man comedy. The more you think about it, though, the stranger it becomes. This is the same Peter who bled fighting Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus. He survived battles against Thanos and countless dangerous enemies. So why can't something as simple as a medical needle even break his skin? That isn't just a funny moment. It suggests Peter's biology itself is changing, completely altering how we should interpret everything else in the trailer. Just seconds later, Marvel quietly gives us another clue. Laboratory monitors display Peter's DNA, hormone levels. Most viewers probably won't even notice these screens because they flash by so quickly, but Marvel rarely includes scientific details without purpose. These don't look like routine medical tests. They look like someone carefully studying an ongoing mutation, not simply checking Peter's overall health. Suddenly, the broken needle no longer feels like an isolated joke. Instead, it becomes another piece of a much larger and mysterious pattern. Then comes perhaps the biggest reveal of all. The trailer strongly hints that Peter is developing organic webbing, changing everything we thought we knew. For years, Tom Holland's Spider-Man has relied on mechanical web shooters built through his own intelligence. Those inventions became part of his identity. But now the webs appear to come directly from Peter's body. If that's true, this isn't another gadget or an upgraded suit. This is Peter himself evolving. Comic readers may immediately recognize similarities to one of Spider-Man's most fascinating storylines. In that story, Peter's spider powers didn't simply become stronger. They became more biological, unlocking abilities he never possessed before. He gained organic webs, enhanced instincts, accelerated healing, and entirely new spider-like powers that completely fought every battle. Marvel hasn't confirmed they're adapting that storyline, but the similarities are becoming impossible to ignore. And the evidence doesn't stop there either. The AI assistant doesn't just mention organic webbing. It also lists heightened senses and increased agility. That doesn't sound like someone putting on a better suit. It sounds like Peter's body is unlocking completely new powers from within. Almost every major clue in this footage points toward the same conclusion. Peter isn't simply training to become stronger anymore. He's changing at a biological level. And if that's true, Marvel may already be setting up Spider-Man's biggest transformation in MCU history. But Marvel doesn't stop there. Hidden between these scenes is another detail that deserves attention. Avengers Tower quietly appears. On the surface, it's just part of the skyline, but Marvel rarely places something this iconic in frame without an important reason behind it. After the events of No Way Home, Peter became completely disconnected from the larger MCU. While Peter's personal life has fallen apart, his future may once again become connected to something much bigger than himself and the Avengers. The trailer also introduces familiar villains like Scorpion, alongside the surprisingly obscure Ramrod. Most viewers have probably never heard of Ramrod before, and that's exactly why his appearance becomes far more interesting than it first seems. Instead of relying only on famous villains, Marvel appears to be pulling directly from classic Spider-Man comics to build Peter's everyday adventures. These aren't just random action scenes. They remind us that while the world forgot Peter Parker, Spider-Man never stopped protecting New York every day. In many ways, this version of Peter finally feels closer to the comics than ever before. But another mystery is waiting just around the corner. That mystery begins with Bruce Banner, whose unexpected appearance could reveal far more about Peter's strange biological transformation. Marvel has revealed very little about Hulk's role, but his presence becomes much more interesting if Peter's powers really are beginning to mutate. Bruce Banner understands radiation, genetic instability, and dangerous transformations better than almost anyone else in the Marvel universe. If Peter is experiencing unexpected biological changes, Bruce may be one of the only people capable of explaining what's actually happening inside him. Suddenly, Hulk's appearance doesn't feel random anymore. It feels directly connected to the larger mystery surrounding Peter's unexpected evolution. Then there's Frank Castle, the Punisher. The trailers only show brief glimpses, but Tom Holland has already teased something much bigger. According to Holland, Spider-Man's relationship with Frank becomes one of the strongest parts of the movie, and honestly, that shouldn't surprise comic fans. Both represent completely opposite philosophies. Spider-Man believes life deserves another chance, while the Punisher believes justice demands lethal force. Peter isn't just facing stronger enemies in this movie. He's also confronting difficult choices about the kind of hero he ultimately wants to become. And finally, we arrive at the biggest mystery of them all. Tom Holland recently revealed the movie's true villain still hasn't been officially revealed. That changes everything. If Marvel is still hiding the main antagonist, every clue we covered suddenly becomes far more important than it first appeared. The DNA experiments could point toward the Jackal. Comic references may hint at a new Green Goblin, or Marvel could still be hiding someone completely unexpected. None of these theories are confirmed, but Marvel has built its reputation on hiding its biggest surprises until audiences finally experience them. When you connect the broken needle, the DNA scans, organic webbing, and every comic clue, Marvel doesn't want us focusing only on explosions or villains. They want us to think, what happens when Peter Parker becomes more spider than human? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your theories in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one.